Now on CoastTV News.
New information tonight on the fiery crash that killed 2 Cape Henlopen students. Making his case, Hunter Biden wants his gun conviction in Delaware thrown out, and you've got to hear which case he's pointing to as precedent. Ocean City crime stats, the good and the bad from the month of June, plus a cash infusion to help with overtime pay for police. And rising waters, rising tensions, flood problems in Dewey Beach have locals frustrated.
Right now, we're under much less stress about the excess heat in our area, thanks to some recent rain. Will that last for the entire weekend long? I'll let you know in a moment.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Names of the victims. We now know the name of one of the Cape Henlopen students who died in a car accident this week. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with an update on the deadly crash we first reported on earlier in the week. CoastTV News has now learned that one of the victims was 16-year-old Ryan Andrew. That's been confirmed by Andrew's mother, Laura. We have not yet independently confirmed the name of the other boy killed in this accident. Some of our viewers have been following this story. For those of you who have not, on Monday, just before midnight, a BMW carrying 2 Cape Henlopen teens failed to negotiate a sharp corner near the 1600 block of Gills Neck Road. The car then launched off the road, hitting a house and ultimately exploding into a deadly fireball. Nobody in the house was injured, but the 2 boys did not make it. Once CoastTV can verify the name of the other teen killed in this accident, we will revisit this story. You can find more on coasttv.com. New at 11, a major car accident with a fire reported in the area of Ocean Highway and Foskey Lane in Delmar today. Take a look at this picture. You can see a car partially underneath a tractor trailer. According to the Delmar Fire Department, the driver rear-ended the semi. When the emergency crews got to the scene of the accident, the driver was out of the car already. The semi was then able to pull away from the car, which caught on fire. One person was taken to a local trauma center. Tonight was the RNC grand finale as former President Trump formally accepted the party's nomination for the 3rd time in under a decade. The former president's speech coming less than a week after an assassination attempt against him. The event capping off an extraordinary week in politics, including President Biden's diagnosis of COVID, as pressure continues for him to potentially step aside. NBC's Alice Barr is in Milwaukee with the latest.
Tonight, a convention crescendo as former President Trump officially accepts his party's nomination, addressing passionate supporters for the first time since the attempted assassination against him just 5 days ago.
Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday.
The former president pressing for unity in a speech rewritten after the attempt on his life.
I think he has changed. I think his heart has changed. I know that America sees him a little bit differently.
Former First Lady Melania Trump making a rare appearance. The Trump family sitting alongside new vice presidential nominee Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. The former president's son Eric sharing a personal view.
That man is Donald J. Trump.
In a moment of showmanship, famed WWE wrestler Hulk Hogan praising his longtime friend's strength.
With our leader up there, my hero, that gladiator, we're gonna bring America back together.
The show of unity in stark contrast to the turmoil over President Biden's future at the top of the Democratic ticket. The new Republican running mates hoping to ride this night's energy through the final months of a presidential campaign like no other. In Milwaukee, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now let's go ahead and take a live look outside into the Lewis area. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Paul, we've made it into Friday. What's the weather going to be like?
Well, you know, Friday's going to be a whole lot like, Thursday was. But take a look at this. We're enjoying cooler conditions because we're in the 70s right now, just past the midnight hour, and we have the winds pushing primarily out of the northwest. Now, we anticipated staying in the low 70s, a few Additional clouds will begin to kind of drift into our general vicinity by 4 o'clock in the morning. We had some scattered showers down towards Bloxman, down towards Exmoor. Those have broken up pretty quickly. We are still concerned about the small craft advisory that's pretty much rampant throughout a good portion of the Chesapeake Bay area, looking for about 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But we're looking very quiet right here. Just quiet and cool and clear for right now. But will the cooler conditions continue into the weekend? That question I'll ask you in my full forecast. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
This next story is a bit of a what's good for the goose is good for the gander situation. Hunter Biden asking for all convictions and charges against him be dropped, and to make that happen, he's citing the recent ruling that ended the classified documents case against former President Donald Trump. Thursday, Hunter Biden's lawyers asked judges to throw out his gun convictions and dismiss his pending tax charges. Motions were filed in federal court in Delaware and in California. The move comes after Judge Eileen Cannon ruling this week that detrimental to the special prosecutor that the case was unconstitutionally appointed and unlawfully funded. Hunter Biden's lawyers argue that that ruling throws into question the constitutionality of special counsels like the one in his case. It should be noted that the special counsel in the Trump documents case, Jack Smith, is appealing Judge Cannon's decision. Paperwork, according to every movie or TV show about police, it's the most boring part of the job, but it is important because that is how police track and understand what's going on in the cities and the towns they patrol. In Ocean City, we have new numbers to break down, comparing June to this year to June of last year. And as CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us, there are some compelling revelations.
Keeping Ocean City safe, that's the job of the OCPD. And Sam Moxley, who's been spending the summer in the town, has noticed the work they put in.
I think Ocean City Police have done a decent job. They're working hard.
The department released their crime report from the month of June, and when you compare it to June of 1 year ago, some interesting numbers pop out. Parking complaints and violations are up 25%, alcohol violations are up 21%, and criminal citations jumped a whopping 287%. Though, let me give you a little context on that number. Criminal citations in Ocean City increased from 15 in 2023 to 58 in 2024. But the Ocean City Police Department says this could be seen as a good thing. According to the OCPD, criminal citations can include trespassing, possession of marijuana while being underage, and for disorderly conduct. Officers have the choice to arrest people for these crimes or just give them a citation instead. When people are compliant, it's more likely they just get a citation rather than a trip to the local jail. And here's the good news. No stabbing and no shootings were reported at all in June. Meanwhile, from a funding standpoint, OCPD is getting a little extra money, a $20,000 grant to help cover overtime pay for officers, focused on pedestrian safety. Something Moxie says the town needs.
We constantly see families, not just kids, but families crossing not at the crosswalk, but in the middle of the road, and I've seen people continue to slam on their brakes and almost hit individuals.
The Ocean City Police Department said that once the grant money does run out, they'll be using money from their budget to make sure bicyclists and pedestrians stay safe in Ocean City. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
Living by the water can be relaxing, but for people living on Reed Avenue Bayside in Dewey Beach, flooding is ruining their laid-back beach vibes. The town's most recent attempt to mitigate the issue, new flaps, were installed on stormwater outfalls on Reed Avenue. The idea of the flaps is they would help push water out to the bay. But a Dewey Beach infrastructure meeting held earlier today had the town reviewing the performances on the flaps. And one local told CoastTV the project just flat out doesn't work at all.
They've been putting these flaps in and whatnot for 10 years, and it hasn't worked. I mean, they just keep doing the same thing, getting the same result, and spending a lot of money doing it.
The town says right now they have not actually paid the bill on the flaps yet, which were installed in May, because they want to make sure they've tried everything to make those flaps work. The town said in the meeting that they'll be doing a walkthrough with the Army Corps of Engineers to see if the $1 million grant from Senator Coon's office could be used to help the streets and the flooding issues. A 31-year-old man from Lewis was arrested for felony theft in Angola and the Lewis area. Between July 8th and July 17th, troopers investigated multiple thefts and trespassing. Detectives identified William Rodenbaugh responsible for the thefts. Police were familiar with the man as part of an ongoing investigation of the car thefts in the Lewis area. Some of our viewers might remember that story. On July 17th, a trooper on patrol in the Henloping Landing neighborhood saw a man wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and carrying a backpack walking through the neighborhood. The man was identified as Rodenbaugh, who then tried to run away, but was arrested a short time later following a foot chase. Now for some lighter news, your summer's not complete if you don't stop by the Delaware State Fair. The annual 10-day event, it kicked off today with tons of vendors, animals, and rides. It's located in Harrington, right off Route 13. CoastTV went to get a little advice from visitors to find out the best way to enjoy the state fair. Joshua Bollinger tells us his game plan just to have fun with his 6 kids.
I would say start with the food and make your way to the rides afterwards and enjoy the air conditioning spaces when you can.
Start with the food, maybe end with the food as well, eat the food in the middle. The fair featuring a number of concerts with artists like Ludacris and John Party. And for more events or details on the events at the State Fair, make sure to visit CoastTV.com. We have a full guide on everything from tickets, concerts, parking, and of course what you need to know about the carnival. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, will you be attending the Delaware State Fair this year? Let's take a look at the results. Earlier today, it was a big no for most people. Still 79% of people saying, I don't think I'm going to go that far. 21% saying yes, they will. You can go vote in this at CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We have more news to get into this evening. Still to come, it is a big project, the plan to have 1-to-1 ratios of people and trees in the first state. And also, death of a comedy legend. We look at the life and times of the ferociously funny Bob Newhart.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. Friday, 85, 82 with scattered showers on Saturday, and 86 on Sunday. Same general pattern for us in Crisfield with scattered showers likely on Saturday. And then next week, the rain's going to come a whole lot more often. I'll explain all that in detail in just 60 seconds.
Do you have the rate work truck? Do you have a Duramax engine with an Allison automatic transmission? First State Chevrolet is your commercial truck headquarters on Route 113 in Georgetown.
Save $10,000 on this new 2023 Silverado 6500.
Save $12,000 on this 2024 low cab forward dump truck.
Save $9,000 on this new 2024 low cab forward box truck.
Plus, we can service all your medium-duty work trucks in our state-of-the-art service department.
We're First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Well, let's be real honest. Between you and me, it's like a cool day. It's kind of a treat that we just simply aren't accustomed to at this point, because we're usually talking about a heat advisory, watch, warning, and all that crazy stuff. Today, just a regular old-fashioned summer day. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, right, we're talking about 74 degrees, and we'll stay in the low 70s for the rest of the morning. Going into the rest of the morning, we're expecting for scattered cloud cover to limited cloud cover. I mean, we're just bone dry right now throughout the overnight period. We do have a couple of sprinkles down towards Bird's Nest and going in towards Bloxham. But aside from that, what precipitation that we had manifesting earlier in the evening and the early morning hours has now gone ahead and dissipated as it's pushed across. And with the frontal boundary pushing through, here's what that does. That kind of zaps all of the moisture content in the atmosphere and will rob us from the opportunity of any more robust storms a little bit down the road. So we got up to 87 degrees in Georgetown and in Salisbury, 85 for the high at Ocean City. Now you take a look at the highs. Now we are right now at 87 degrees for us at this present time, since we've kind of changed over to midnight. So this is registering as a high for today. And it actually may end up being the high for today because we're going to get cooler throughout the rest of the morning going to the evening time. So we're in the temperatures right now in the 70s along the shore as well as throughout the inland areas, and the heat index is the same situation. The air quality is starting to deteriorate a little bit more. Now we're getting a couple of oranges, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups in the extreme northern corner of Maryland, but that's getting a little bit closer to us here in Delaware. Breaking everything down with our day part forecast, we're expecting to peak at about 83 degrees, generally speaking, on average with everyone. The wind's at about 6 to 7 miles per hour. So we go into what's expected with our Futurecast Friday. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Now, as we go into Saturday, it becomes very cloudy for us, all right? And then we stay cloudy throughout a good portion of the day, going to the afternoon. And we could see a passing sprinkle or two, but with our latest run, it's been not so impressive as far as the opportunity for rain is concerned. So we're going to next Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to watch out for the heat index to go back to the 100s. Scattered showers on Saturday in Chincoteague as well as Assateague. As we go more so right along the shoreline, we look for some rainy conditions for us on Saturday in Ocean City as well as Fenwick Island. And then finally, as we take a look at Rehoboth Beach and Lewis, looks like Saturday is going to be the day where it's going to become a little bit on the soggy side. So as we wrap the forecast up here with your 7-day forecast, keep in mind next week we're raining 4 out of 5 days.
Thank you, Paul. A comedy legend has passed away. Bob Newhart, the dean of the deadpan delivery, on stage, on television, on movie screens, made fans laugh for decades with his dry wit, his droll delivery. Mark Barger looks back at his career.
You mean you ask $40 an hour and you guarantee nothing?
I validate.
Bob Newhart was a master of deadpan humor.
Pan American 715. You haven't seen United 209 up there anywhere, have you?
In his stand-up, his movies, and hit sitcoms, few comedians could say so much.
No raise, I bet.
By saying so little. It's a comic legacy far removed from Newhart's days as a Chicago accountant.
People kept telling me, you're funny, you ought to go to New York. And so I said, I'm going to give this a shot.
In 1960, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart became the first comedy album to top the Billboard charts. It also won Grammys for Best Album and Best New Artist, making Newhart a star.
I figured it'd be over in about 5 years. I figured the American public would be onto me by that time.
But he became even more popular in the 70s with The Bob Newhart Show, and later...
I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, that's my other brother Daryl.
...as a Vermont innkeeper on Newhart, a show which had one of TV's most memorable finales. Knocked unconscious by a golf ball, Newhart woke up next to his wife from the earlier comedy, Suzanne Plachette, and realized the second show had merely been a strange dream.
You really should wear more sweaters.
More recently,
a lot of people down south don't believe in Santa Claus.
What?
Elf introduced Newhart to a new generation of fans.
What is this?
And a guest appearance on The Big Bang Theory brought his first Emmy. Milestones in a long career that saw Bob Newhart turn small moments of unease and uncertainty into comedy.
I liked a straight man who didn't laugh.
Mark Barker, NBC News.
And more sad news, veteran cable news anchor Lou Dobbs has died. A statement on his official website said Dobbs died Thursday at the age of 78. Dobbs was one of the original anchors at CNN when the cable news network first started back in 1980. Later, as Donald Trump rose to prominence in the Republican Party, Dobbs became one of his most ardent supporters. Former President Trump Thursday praised Dobbs as a friend and, quote, truly incredible journalist, reporter, and talent, unquote. Coming up, more than meets the high. These snacks look like chips and cookies, but they are edibles, and the FDA wants to warn people about them. And also, the Doomsday Bucket, the wild list of freeze-dried items that come in one big bin if you're looking to outlast the apocalypse.
Faster internet is better. That's why Extreme is increasing speeds and lowering prices, giving you more go, more whoa, more vroom, and boom for less. Get Internet 250 with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro for just $19.99 a month for a year. Plus, add the Zumo Stream Box for even more value. New faster speeds, new lower prices. Call 844-EXTREME2.
The
Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing, make it a 0 down payment, and make it no payments for 90 days on select Ford SUVs.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Make this the summer at McGee Motors.
Make this the summer of fun and a powerful Dodge Hornet with 0% for 84 months.
Make this the summer you go off-road. Get 2.9 for 84 on Jeep Wrangler or Grand Cherokee, plus $37.50 off.
Make this the summer you go big. Drive a Ram Bighorn for just $379 a month.
Make this the summer you save. Jeep Compass 4x4 is just $249 a month.
Only at McGee Motors in Georgetown.
A family tradition since 1948.
CoastTV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment. This is CoastTV News at 11.
The Tree for Every Delawarean project is currently seeking funding requests for tree planting projects that will be completed in 2025. The project was launched by Governor John Carney in November of 2021, and the goal is to plant 1 million trees by the year 2030. There are already 200,000 trees planted. Those who are eligible can be granted funding ranging from $10,000 to $90,000. By the end of this year, the state says there will be approximately 225,000 trees planted. If you've got a doomsday prepper in your family, they may want to head over to Costco. The chain is now selling food buckets that seem to be tailor-made for extinction-level events and survival readiness. The ReadyWise Emergency Food Supply Bucket contains 150 freeze-dried food servings and has a 25-year shelf life. They include teriyaki rice, pasta Alfredo, potato pot pie, and apple cinnamon cereal. Gotta be honest, that sounds delicious at the end. Recreational marijuana is now legal in Delaware and Maryland, and this next story should be something to keep in mind due to that fact. The Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Trade Commission have issued warning labels to a number of companies that sell products with Delta-8 THC. And here's where the problem lies. It's the packaging. It can easily be confused for normal family-friendly snacks. These copycat products cover everything from chips to cookies to gummies. And it's not just that they look like food, they're packaged to look very similar to big-name brands, raising concerns that kids could see them, not understand, and then eat them. The FDA and FTC issued similar warnings to 6 other companies in July 2023. According to the FDA, the products they warned about are no longer in stock. Are you having a rough week? How about you cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend? Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup. Still to come, EA Sports releasing its first college football game in 11 years tomorrow. Hear reactions from former local stars who are in the game at the next level. And next, check in at the Olympic Games. The first athletes have started to make their way to Paris.
And as you make your way to the golf course, listen, the temperatures, the conditions, everything's so much better. We're going to give it an excellent, because look, partly sunny, 85 degrees, in an ideal situation.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models, or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Mr. Meyer was an awesome teacher.
I taught middle school math in Wilmington.
He goes out of his way. You could just see he really cared.
My students faced the most serious challenges in our community. They needed so much more than algebra.
When he became county executive, he worked to improve all of our schools.
We got teachers funding to innovate in their classrooms, started 1,000 Kids Coding to help low-income students get high-income skills.
Matt Meyer is someone who, when he says he's gonna do something, he does the work. Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Transform your bath today with baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath, designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Don't miss the Make It Ford sales event at Preston Ford. We have a wide selection of over 900 Ford models available for immediate purchase. You can enjoy savings of over $7,000 off MSRP on select 2024 Ford F-150 XLTs. Plus, we have 0% financing available on 2023 Mustang Mach-E's. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. Don't miss the exciting deals at the Make It Ford sales event at Preston Ford. Remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Dive into riches at Ocean Downs with a summer cash bash. The prizes swell every Saturday in July, up to $20,000 cash. Earn entries daily and more every Tier Tuesday, plus Friday, July 26th. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, we discover the benefits of having floor plans made for your home. Then get motivated with our Fitness Friday tips and don't miss our adorable Pet of the Week. Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Olympic athletes to arrive in Paris began checking into the Olympic Village today, just over a week from the official start of the Games. Athletes from the United States, Australia, South Africa, Japan, and Uruguay were some of the first to arrive to the village, which is in Saint-Denis, adjacent to the city of Paris, where most of the competitions are going to be held. Athletes who will be housed in brand new apartments on the ground said they were excited to check out their rooms in the Olympic Village campus and to get to know the athletes from around the world. The complex, which will host more than 20,000 athletes and delegates throughout the Olympics and Paralympics, is complete with lounges, a club, laundry facilities, a massive dining hall, its own post office, and even a hair salon for athletes that want to look the part before competing.
I'm excited to get checked in, see the rooms, get all the clothes and everything, and just get a lay of the land. It's beautiful out today, and so we are here at about lunchtime, so we're going to want to stay awake till it's time to go to sleep. So definitely just going to keep ourselves occupied, getting to see everything here at the village.
We're now only 8 days away from that 2024 Paris Olympics start. The best athletes from around the world will gather on the big stage. You can catch all the action right here on Coast TV starting on July 26th.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, college football 25 Eve is a big deal, even if the football isn't actually real. Because for the first time ever in the video game's history, players' full names can be attributed, allowing you to play with a number of hometown stars from Delmarva right from your living room. Delmar's Dante Trader Jr. is the highest rate of the bunch, coming in at an 84 overall. North Carolina's Kendron Wayman enters the game as a 79 rated edge at Wake Forest. Today we talk with some other Shore stars in the game. Both Decatur's Luke Murgott and Easton's Kevin O'Connor say it's a surreal feeling to be in a video game unless you're messing it up.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to hear from my friends back home who switched to me, tell me, shoot me a text, tell me I missed a tackle. So that's always fun to hear, but it's definitely extremely cool. And then to hear, obviously, it's doing great. I heard it made like 70 million, something, 700 million or something like that in the opening week or something. So it's definitely awesome.
Yeah, like Luke said, everyone keeps texting me how I keep dropping interceptions and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. I didn't think this would happen. I mean, always growing up playing Madden with my brothers. I'm sure you have a similar experience. Never thought I'd be playing with myself in the default. Like, you can always create your own character, but I didn't even have to do that.
That'll do for sports. Have a good night, everybody.
Man, those guys got to text their friends back and be like, I didn't miss the tackle. I gave you the talent. You missed the tackle with me. All right, let's check back in on the Coast TV poll. We want to know, are you going to be going to the state fair this year? Not with any friends that tell you missed tackles. Right now, it's leading at no, 78%, 22% saying, yeah, they will. That's changed just a little bit. You can go vote at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We'll be right back.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models, or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
We're Delaware Electric Cooperative, and we're proud to keep the lights on.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with summer savings at Gateway Subaru. Right now, save up to $3,300 on a new 2024 Subaru Outback. Plus, take advantage of great financing rates as low as 0% for 48 months. At Gateway Subaru, we're committed to higher standards, ensuring every journey starts with trust and excellence. Stop by and discover the thrill of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Designed for the bold, ready for any adventure. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
If you're looking for a night out in Milton next week, you're in luck. The town is going to be celebrating its National Night Out in Milton Memorial Park next Wednesday night. The celebration will go from 5 to 7 p.m. The event free to the public, and families can come out and enjoy a little free food and music.
And we're going to be enjoying the much cooler conditions as you take a look at our courtesy of our Kendall casual furniture camera. We're at 72 degrees and going to stay in the low 70s with partly to mostly clear skies. Here's a live look at our radar, and we are staying very clear. We had a bit of rain that began to post-frontal scattered shower activity that began to continuously slide towards the southeast. But as you take a look outside, see, we're holding at 74 here. We're staying pretty clear for the most part, and we are even taking a look at our umbrella giveaway winner. That's Henry Freeman of Laurel. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Ocean City sponsored our 5-day UV index. We're going to go to a 10 for Friday. Then we'll go up to a 10 again on Sunday, and we'll skip a day and get a little more impressive one number on Tuesday. Be sure you call our forecast line at 443-880-9100, sponsored by Baird Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you guys for staying up with us. Thanks for joining us here on Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we're going to see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.